Good evening to DeFiChain News on the 18th January 2023. The news show that provides you with the latest updates on the DeFiChain project. And stay until the end because we will talk about the next shows and dates. If you like the show, then let's go crazy on the like button. The YouTube algorithm really likes that, means it helps the project. Also consider subscribing and click the bell notification. And today we are two on the stage. Welcome my co-moderator, Lord Mark. I'm back. So for me, it's the first show in 2023. For you, it's the second one. How are you?
Hey, I'm very, very well. Good to have you here. So much more fun to do it together. And no technical issues today. Unbelievable, huh?
That's
Looks like you're
really
the
great.
lucky charm when you're here. Everything is working
No technical issues. We are
smoothly.
both on stage. Crypto prices are more up than last week. Everything fine. A lot of things happen
See?
on DeFi
Bright
Cannot be
new
better.
world. Everything fantastic here, huh? Let's
Okay,
see
we have a
if,
lot of topics,
let's see.
right?
Hopefully nothing goes wrong during our little show here.
No.
I would
Everything fine.
say we start with
Headlines.
the headlines. Let's do this. Here we are.
Okay, correct. We start with our title of the show today, Special DFIP to start the on-chain governance, OCG, voting. Then we talk about normal, regular, next CFP DFIP voting rounds on-chain style. We have a short recap of the results so far for the DUSD burn bot, an update about the upcoming projects from Birthday Research side. Notable mentions, the community projects are also very active and gave us an update. And last but not least, the future dates here on this channel. With this, we jump into the topics. Special DFIP
Yeah,
is the starting point for on-chain voting. Tell us a little bit, what does it mean special
absolutely.
and what will happen?
We thought we'd make it a bit more exciting and that we start with on-chain governments. We didn't want to start with a regular voting round. No, that's a joke. So there was a really good proposal. I mean, really good. That's something what we have to discuss. There was a proposal from the community about
Mhm.
reintroducing burnt DUSD into the system. And then we had a discussion at Ticker Council, should we kind of rule on that and should we introduce that or not? Or then we said, actually, on-chain governments is ready, so why do we not do a voting round? And because the new system's gonna take a little bit to ramp up, it's gonna be a little bit a lengthy process with the voting concept. That's why we said let's do a special one. It starts on the 26th of January and is only going to be voted on for 5 days, so 26th to 30th of January. First of all, we can test the system. Secondly, the problem is out of the way. The problem in that way that we as the Ticker Council don't have to vote on it because we really wanted the masternodes to take a stance here and tell us how they feel about it. Yeah, and that's why the whole story was planned. It seems to be quite welcome by the community, but we also want to say only because we talk about it today does not mean that everybody has to vote in it, right? I think we just had a discussion about that. If you as a masternode out there feel good for it, then please vote. If you don't feel good about it, then also vote and say no. And if you have no opinion, then also vote and say no answer. So every vote is very welcome out there. We want to see that the contribution on the voting side are going up, and then we're going to see what's going to happen. But the idea is, seems feasible. So the DFI gets swapped into DUSD, and half of this DUSD get reintroduced and are used actually to help people who create walls to have additional rewards for these vaults. Yeah, sounds good. Let's see how it works. A lot of smart people thought about it and discussed it. I think, me personally, it's worth a try. But yeah, however you feel about it, DC, anything to add to it?
Discussion is the right word. So
Yeah,
we post later the Reddit article under the show. So participate on the discussion because there is no clear yes or no. It's up to you. And the more discussions we have, the clearer the overall picture is. And I also want to mention that a special DFIP needs 10% masternodes with the voting.
Excellent point.
So there are a lot, around about 1,500. And a special DFIP costs more as normal DFIP. So 5,000 DFI were paid, and half of them are distributed to the masternodes which participate in the voting. So there is an incentive to vote, give your vote on chain, and help the system.
Yeah, that's a very good point. So we have to see so many masternodes coming out and vote. It doesn't matter how they vote, but they have to vote, and then we're gonna see what's gonna happen. That's an interesting one. Cool, and it's a full system check if everything is gonna running smoothly with the on-chain governance process. Yeah,
Perfect for the next point from the starting
professional,
point of
real
the
professional.
on-chain governance. We are coming to the regular voting rounds, and just give us some information how it will proceed then.
Yes, let's do that. So I think you and me, we've been talking about that for ages. And I think in one of the last news shows that we did together, 2022, we explained it in fully. So the voting process is going to be slightly different. There's going to be a 45-day period, 130,000 blocks, because in DeFiChain, on a blockchain, you measure in blocks, not in seconds or minutes or whatever, where your proposal have to be online, and then there's also the same amount of time where the masternodes can vote. Now that we kind of have to ramp up and didn't want to go all into the new system, because then the next DFIPs and CFPs will take much longer. There's like a intermediary period, and the first voting is done in the following way: that you have to submit between 26th of January and 9th of February, you have to submit your proposal, and then there's a 2-week voting period. That means on the 23rd of February, the first voting is actually concluded. There's an excellent blog post, and I really would say, honestly, when I put the show notes with DC together, I struggle a little bit to understand the dates. Read the blog post. There's some nice infographics inside. If you check that out, you really understand it. But as a good starting point, until the 9th of February, you have to submit your next proposal if you want to do it. It's not a bad round to do it at the moment, because everything is shorter. So if you have an amazing project out there and you want to get voted on, use it, because later it's going to be a lengthier process. And let's call it a ramp up phase. And when we start on the 22nd of January, then also a new page is coming online, like a sub page on DeFiScan, and there you're gonna see everything. In which stage is my proposal, how many people have voted, what's the situation. So that's all gonna be really exciting. We cannot show you anything, we haven't seen it yet, but they promise it's gonna be ready on the 26th of January.
Thanks, Mark. Really looking forward how it then works with the masternodes. How many proposals do we see, and if everything is running smoothly. Smoothly. The DUSD burn bot is live since last week. Is it running smoothly?
I think so. I haven't checked on it, but you did, and you said he's the burn bot. It is doing a fantastic job. It has been activated, last week, 10th of January, and since then it's running smoothly. So at the moment we are swapping a lot of DFI into DUSD, and coming back to the first proposal. So at the beginning we are swapping more DFI, and then this drops down. So one of the reasons also why we said this new proposal, if it gets accepted, would be a good timing to do it now, that we don't have such a sharp drop. Because do you remember at the beginning we kind of deactivated the burn bot, and then a lot of DFI got accumulated, and they are kind of now burned over a certain period of time. And then we would see kind of a sharper drop down and less DUSD swapped in DFI, that we get the direction right. We want to get rid of the USD. So now introducing the new DFIP, and that's not the reason why it's introduced, but that's the timing why it would make sense if we do it now, that the reduction is not so steep. So I think the thought process behind that is pretty good. Yeah, but so far it's swapping quite well. I mean, 600,000 USD have been removed from the system over the burn bot, and there's certain price action. I think the price went up to 80 cents. A couple of people, of course, took the opportunity. They bought USD cheap. They sold it, what is absolutely fair. I think you mentioned it before. It's quite nice to see that we don't have this dramatic price increase on the USD and then somebody really sells out heavily and then we drop dramatically again. So if this is like a process that goes in waves, that's very welcome because it's a more natural kind of behavior and helps us to find the repack maybe a bit later, but in a more stable way than up and down and up and down and up and down dramatically, right? So it's like this smooth, it's like gliding process. Yeah, looks good. So it's DC approved, what I've heard. Everything works fine at the moment.
Yeah, it's really great. You mentioned we had now 4 bigger DUSD sellings, which then had a slight drop in the DUSD value. Overall, it's good. It keeps the bot more powerful because it increases the DFI price measured in DUSD. So we now are swapping more as if we had done it without the selling. And we have further incentive for DSD loan owners. So overall, a nice development. Looking forward what will happen now the next weeks, and also looking forward to the special DFIP, what the communities think about. So that's the short term on DeFiChain, what's happening in the next days and weeks. If you have now outlook, what is Birthday Research working on? What's coming next in the next months?
Yeah. So we call it updates on upcoming DeFiChain projects, and this could be misleading. So it's not the community projects because the community is also doing a lot of stuff, but the Birthday Research team is going all in and they have a lot of stuff lined up. And it's all stuff that was mentioned before, but we really want to remember what's coming, especially 2023. So on-chain governance, that is a essential part and making the project, the whole DeFiChain project a little bit more decentralized. Or fully decentralized. I think then more or less nothing is really centralized anymore. This is planned to be live on the 26th of January, so that's pretty soon. We're gonna see. That's actually 7 days, man. This is next week. So 26. Yeah, this is gonna be Thursday. So we cannot report about it next show, but the show after definitely. It sounds so far away, 26th of January. Crazy, that's in a week. And then the consortium is live, more or less. So that means if somebody else wants to mint DBTC and the Ethereum, can actually become part in the consortium and become a consortium member. This is going to be early February. This is also more or less in a week or something like this. And then there's the ERC20 bridge planned that we spoke about. So this is gonna be expected in February, so in a couple of weeks, what means you don't have to go through Cake anymore if you don't want to, and also takes a lot of pressure off Cake to do these things, what they're doing for free at the moment for the community. So there's gonna be a decentralized bridge, so not only the bridge that we have from Daniel Kakara, but we also then have a bridge for BTC and in that case for Ethereum. And then we have the testnet and the mainnet coming online in Q1 2022. So what means actually the next 2 months or 3 months. So it's all happening pretty soon. It sounds so far away, right? End of January.
No.
If we think January is gone more or less, it's crazy, yeah.
Yeah, the developers are back on work since some days and weeks, and going the next steps to bring us the products live on DeFiChain.
Insane,
really
yeah.
looking
Crazy.
forward to it. Thanks for this update. Then we come to our notable mentions. What should we mention here?
Yeah, let's mention at least 2 guys and 1 project. So U-Zyn wrote a tweet. Oh no, he didn't wrote a tweet. He tweeted about what is next. Yeah, check it out. I think he's thinking about a new pink paper, and new ideas. What could be happening after DeFi MetaChain is live? So like an outlook, very visionary story. Check that out. We're gonna link it up. Then Julian made a really nice Twitter Space, DeFiChain 2023, what to expect. You mentioned that, I like that. If you need some hopium, check that out. But it's always, Julian, is always fantastic to explain what is happening
Why?
out there and why is it happening. And I think this is really, really good, because we sometimes forget over the technicalities, what's happening, what is actually really the big picture. So this is really good video. We're going to link it up there. And then we've been rated third most talked crypto project on CoinMarketCap. My question is, because I haven't checked that out, was this actually for the last year or was this for the actual last week or month? Any idea, DC?
Currently, no.
Okay, because I haven't read this.
Cannot remember. I read it, but I cannot remember.
I just see it says here are the most talked projects in 2022. Okay, wow.
2022.
Just did my homework. So it's really like they did a ranking about 2022 most talked about crypto project. And the good reason behind there was an airdrop, and that made big waves, and we gained a lot of followers on CoinMarketCap. So this was BTC, XLM, DFI, Steth, and BUSD. See, now I sound like complete idiot. What is ST? Staking Ethereum. That's staking Ethereum, and that's Stellar, right? XLM is Stellar, like the old project. Yeah, so it's actually all massive projects, and we've been right in the middle, sandwiched between Stellar and staked Ethereum. That's actually really cool. Yeah, well done,
Great
DeFiChain
success.
community. Yeah, everybody who participated. Amazing. Cool one.
Good. Thanks for that.
So much about the mentions.
Then we come to our favorite topic of the show, community project and their updates. So here also a lot of things are happening in the background. We just summarize some of the projects.
Yeah, drinking
Start
to it.
with the list.
It's a nice list, and on the first spot today we have Dr. Kagara's bridge, and this was not running so smoothly over the last couple of weeks. Reason behind that, Daniel did some investigations, so Daniel Kagara did some investigations on that. Amazon was restarting some servers, and this kind of caused like that some services didn't start, and then some of these swaps or transactions didn't go through. This is sorted out, what he said, and he kind of has, he patched the system, he has redundant nodes, and he also, I think, included some informers that give him an update if something is not running smoothly. So this should be sorted out. If there's an issue, he is having an eye on GitHub, so write him a ticket or something like this on GitHub. That's maybe the easiest way to communicate with him. If there's a problem, I think it should be good. I didn't check it yet, but he said all the GitHub issues are cleared. Should run smoothly again. Was kind of unexpected what happened. Then DeFiChain NFTs. They are planning a video series to help to understand everything around their project, and that's now an interesting name because it's DC and it's not U, it's DSEA, so it's this NFT platform where they wanna explain in the first episodes out now already, how to create your own NFT. I mean, it's interesting to know. Unfortunately, this is not running on DeFiChain yet, if somebody wonders. The whole NFT story has been voted on. There was a vote of confidence, but it has never been put in order because there were so many other things to be done. So I expect it for 2023 to happen finally, and then most likely the guy is gonna switch it over to our chain.
DeFi Meta chain, EVM layer. It's very easy to transfer from Ethereum to DMC.
Fantastic, yeah, good point. And DC is gonna be so nice and link the video, the first video that we've got in our script here, also in the show notes. Then Paddy in the Market Podcast, he's got U-Zyn on board. The first podcast that he's done was a DeFi Meta Chain special, If I remember right, and this time I think it's more like his typical question and answer game with U-Zyn about U-Zyn, about Vitalik Buterin, CBDC. I think most likely also how he built the cent dollar of the Bahamas and all these things. Check it out. Links are in the show notes. Then Lock has already 15.3 million DFI staked and 3.8 million USD deposit in the yield machine, like kind of as a highlight here. And you can also, of course, vote via on-chain governance if you staked on Lock. And then a short reminder, their promotion until end of January is running out for lifetime staking fees. So if you want to participate in these fees, then sign up or stake your DFI there. Then there's going to be a next DeFiChain Poker Night. 300 DFI are for grab. And this is going to happen on the 21st of January, 8 p.m. Central European time. So that's kind of German, Austrian time. Yeah, so for the poker fanatics out there, don't miss it. I've seen they're doing a lot of stuff. They've got nice new thumbnails and announcements. It's really cool to see. I'm not a poker guy, but I know there are a lot of them out there, and people said it's really a nice event. So check it out and don't be shy to participate. Then the Javlis team announced a third co-founder. There's a new video about that story. I don't want to say who the co-founder is. Check it out. It's gonna be fun. Sorry, I have to promote it. It's really important now. And on the other side, there's two really cool new videos. Why are they cool? Because there was a crypto meetup in Germany, DC. You took part there as well, and they captured a lot of these moments. So one video is about the crypto meetup itself. It's a YouTube short, and the other one is like, what is your most important crypto coin or currency for 2023? And it's very surprising. The answers are really, really surprising. Check it out. The YouTube video is fun. It takes, I don't know, 15 seconds or something like this. We're gonna link all that up. And then our Igor had his DeFiChain income updated. For the people who use the tool might have seen that the last pools, for example, didn't show really up in your income statistics, but he came up with a very good solution, because the problem was we have been voting a lot on new D tokens, and then he always had to change the code, and it was kind of pain in the ass. And now it's like fully automatic, and whenever the ticker council and you guys out there, it's you guys out there, vote what new token we list, then it's more or less automatic. The system picks it up and it's gonna be displayed in your tool. So DeFiChain income is one of our most, oldest kind of community projects, right?
Yeah, now 2 years.
Yeah,
or
crazy.
something like that,
Yeah,
2 years
it's cool.
running.
And
Still worked on, still improved, still used. That's how it should look like. Yeah.
It's cool. Yeah, so it works. I checked out. So the latest pools are also showing now. That's it for the community projects. Our highlights every week, I would say.
Cool. Then we are nearly at the end. Last topic for the day: future dates. What's happening next here on the channel?
Absolutely. So 2 highlights. Don't forget, next week, news show like always, and DC is again not here, as it seems.
Right. Very sad. But it's not manageable.
It's
business
okay.
trip to Vienna.
Absolutely okay. Enjoy Vienna. I'm super, super jealous. I haven't been to Vienna for 3.5 years.
The problem is, Mark, that's not vacation.
But it's Vienna. It's good enough, at least to get some of the great
I will send you a picture out of the
of a
window.
Wiener Schnitzel and out of the office. I know, because when you were in India, you sent me also your canteen food that looked absolutely amazing, and the view out of the office looked like you could be everywhere in the world. Yeah, do this. We're gonna show, instead of you, we're gonna show the picture of the view out of the office. Yeah. So joking aside, and then there's a fireside chat airing on Thursday. This time we've got YC, the product guy, live here. And it's going to be a really interesting interview. So YC, I I don't want to call him the father of the light wallet, but he is like his team built the light wallet. So
Yeah.
don't miss that out. That's for sure gonna be fun. Super nice guy. He's in Singapore here, and we discussed today a little bit the topics. It's gonna be fun. A lot to talk about. That's it for the future dates, DC.
Cool. Then we are at the end. Thanks for watching. If you are here live, stay until a short break. There are some questions in the chat. We will answer them. If you're not watching live, thanks for watching it later. Give us a like, subscribe to the channel, and then we see you next week here with another episode of the DeFiChain News Show.
I see you next week.
Okay. Yeah.
Have a good evening. Bye bye. So it's always
Yeah.
funny here. Hey, sorry for the
It's
sorry
great.
for the
No,
comment.
I like it. I like it.
Hey,
Really great.
we've got a ton of questions. We've got a really hot contributor here today. So
Expedition to Freedom.
yeah, Expedition zur Freiheit. We had it in German. So Christian Peterson says hi. A lot of other people also say hi. Rhodium is here. George is here. See, everybody is here. DeFiChain is here. Cartel Duran Jackson. What's up, bro? We'll go to the moon. Yeah, we're gonna do that. Didn't Julian say we kind of cancel Road to 50 and we're gonna say Road to 500 now? So we have to update everything here, and then we go to the moon. Ferhat is here, and DC is here. So, Expedition to Freedom. Saludos de Mexico. Hola, chicos. So, let's go. MetaChain launch in Q1. Are we talking about testnet or mainnet, DC? Excellent question.
The plan is currently both. So first, for sure, the testnet. But at the end of Q1, they want to have the mainnet live so that we really can build on DeFi MetaChain.
Cool. Good. Next one. Expedition to Freedom again. If the DFIP 50% of burnt USD are incentives, does not get approved, and in general, how? Let me see if that connects.
It connects.
Should we do to the next? And how? If the DFIP 50% of burnt USD as incentive does not... okay. And we do not get enough backed USD, how could the peg ever be guaranteed? The only way to protect USD from depegging to the downside, sorry, it's a long one, downside would be extreme high interest rate to remove DSD from the system. Loan holders pay back. Do you want to answer here? What happens if there's another one? Maybe we flash them all and then we talk about this a little bit. What happened if the DSD from loans are paid back? Is there any mechanism to keep DSD at peg? Okay, and then last but not least, how many people are in the Buster research team? Okay, we're gonna tackle it after. Okay, let's talk first about all these questions.
The mechanism behind DSD peg and what are the ideas? So currently we are not on the desired state. Our desired state is that we have 60-70% of all DUSD backed by loans. So this reduces the probability that with a payback, every loan is closed and we only have the algo DUSD left. And if we reach the state, we will use the interest rate to hold the peg if we reached it. Means if we go into a premium, we have a negative interest rate, means an emission of algo DUSD for DUSD loan holders. So there's an incentive to mint DUSD and sell it, because in a premium case, you will get more USDZ or USDT if you use stablecoin pools for your DUSD. And in the discount case, we use the interest rate, raise it to positive value that the loan holders have to buy back the DUSD. And with this, we reach the peg as it is then $1. If the algo ratio drops too or is too high and the non-backed drops too far, we have our DEX fee. which is normally calculated based on how many algo DUSD are left, and this will yeah um, will reach or will ensure that the selling of DUSD is harder, maybe in this way. So like today with the 30%, if you sell DUSD, you will make an additional loss, and with the selling you burn DUSD, and you will create a new incentive to mint DUSD again because of the 50% payout. Idea is that in the future we always have enough loan-backed DUSD, maybe 50% to 70%. So we are moving in this range, and with the negative interest rate, we can ensure that the pack is stable and always there. In case it will remove too many, the DEX fee will come in again and helps to create new one and remove the algo DUSD. That's the idea of all the mechanisms behind.
Cool, well explained. There are a lot of measures in place to help doing that.
Correct.
Cool.
Maybe in addition to that, there are a lot of measures behind. We have to say that currently we are not on the desired state. Right? If we were now at the PEG and a higher ratio of loan back, it would be very easy, from my perspective, to hold the PEG, because then you can use every measure. Currently, we are too far away, and that's the hard thing. So we have to come back to the PEG again. From my personal perspective, it would be really good if we see also a premium phase, because in this premium phase, every loan holder can make profit with minting DUSD and selling it. And all the DUSD sold at that time can be bought back later, or must be bought back later in case of an interest rate increase, so that we have a very effective measure for the discount case. So my preferred scenario is now a move up of the DUSD value, an overshoot to the premium case. We see a lot of minting DUSD, selling it, going down to the pack. We have the loans in the background, and then also in the premium case, we will reduce the DEX fee step by step, 0.5% per day. So if the DUSD value measured in dollar, inclusive the DEX fee, is above $1, the DEX fee will be reduced. It was mentioned some months ago, and we are moving to the desired state. That's what I expect in the next weeks and months. So it's not tomorrow, it's not next week, but maybe towards summer we reach a state where we have a pack, we have more loans in the background, and we can use every measure implemented so far to hold the pack.
Cool. Thanks for the detailed explanation. Maybe last question from Expedition to Freedom: how many people are on the Burst research team? I don't know exactly, but the
I
team,
also don't know.
right? The team is growing really big, really fast. At the beginning, there were like kind of 2, 3, 4 people. I think it's like I would say there are at least 20 people in the team. But that's a very good question, actually, also to ask YC when he's here on the Fireside Chat on Thursday. The team is really big. They have a whole product team. They build, beside the wallets, DeFi Scan. They do the hackathon for DeFi MetaChain. So that is a big team. It's a own, it's a separated company financed by Cake. It's quite a bunch of people there. Rhodium asks, what's the reason for DSD price has been dropped the last 2 hours? Me personally, I've got no clue why it was like this. Most likely somebody sold. This is normally when the price drops.
No. I think if he
Drop and
really
bounce
mentions
back
the
over the
last
last 2
2 hours,
hours. Yeah.
then it's
Was it
the
a
price
bumper?
decrease of it's a price decrease of all the crypto. So I think in BTC BTC price decreased over the last 2 hours, And with this, so if I have a look on our DFI price measured in BTC, it's more or less constant, but measured in USDT or USDC, there is a decrease from 52 to 50 cent. This higher spread between the twos, we increased the discount, and that's why the USD price decreased.
Okay, good. Yeah, there's some volatility in the market at the moment, so
Yeah.
let's see. Okay, cool. Good answer. Then greetings from Africa. Yo, and Christian wishes you safe travels to Vienna. That's it.
Thanks.
Great questions. Thanks for the questions, guys, out there.
Really great.
Yeah, really detailed, especially Expedition to Freedom today. Thanks for participating here. I think it's great, these questions, because then we can explain the things, or in that case, DC could explain that very much in detail. Guys, I think that's it,
We
huh?
are at the end.
DC.
Thanks for joining. Thanks for watching. And have a great time. Looking forward to what's coming next on DeFiChain. On-chain voting will be interesting.
Cool. Then have a great week and see you the next time.
Yes. Bye-bye.
Bye bye. No, again. Bye bye. Why does it not switch over? Ah, I got it.